Yeah, hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Flow Builder real-time scenarios. In today's video, we will learn into another practical flow scenario. So here is the our new use case. So use case actually we have the contains the two different scenarios we can discuss to the one by one. So first use case and scenario here is the when opportunity is created and its stage not closed, we need to create a new task with the following values. In the task object, we have the fields assigned to map to the what is the opportunity owner, that is the we are mapping to the assigned to. Status is the in progress and subject contains the follow up, and we have the what is the opportunity name, that is the opportunity name, and due date is the here opportunity created date plus 1 day. For example, we have the created 2024, the due date equals to the 02/01/2024. And we have the another one is the related to what it is mapping to the related to the opportunity. So this is the scenario one, and come back to the and another scenario. Let's move on to the second scenario. Upon the opportunity, upon the we have the task completion. So if the next follow-up status is marked as a true and next follow-up days field not null, we have to create the another new task immediately for the same opportunity. So here is the in the task object we introducing the two new fields, that is for the next follow-up. This is a checkbox data type, and next to follow up days number data type. So here we have the involved in the another validation rule. So if the next follow up status is marked as a true, the next follow up days is the field is the required, means it's not by the blank. This is the validation rule. And coming to the what are the fields mapping to the again task is creating the same opportunity assigned to the current task owner. Status is in progress. Subject is the current task subject. Due date is the here when the task is completed. That means last modified date plus number of days. Number of follow-up days we are giving, the next follow-up days we are giving. So that is the we have to the next follow-up due date. So for example here task last modified date 0/1/2024. Next follow-up days is the 2. So due date equals to the 4/01/2024 and related to the current task related to. So this is the our use case, and it contains the two different scenarios. So we can go to the first implement to the first scenario. So come back to the my Salesforce org. So click on setup, already we know. So search with here flows. So click on new flow. So flow must be created. The first scenario is the on the opportunity. Why means here action performed on the opportunity. Immediately we need to create the task. So that's why we are going to create a flow on the opportunity object. It is a record trigger flow while the record creation time, right? So that's why here we choose to the record trigger flow. Click on to the here record trigger flow. Click on create. So here we can select by the opportunity object. So in this scenario, only when the opportunity is creation time, we need to create the task. So that's why here I choose to the a record is created. Okay, then come to the here. We have the decision. Why means when the opportunity is closed or not. While creation time, we are checking to the opportunity closed or not. So that's why here I'm taking the decision. So is opportunity closed? So here we are going to check it to the opportunity is open. Opportunity is the open. Then here we are going to check it by the here we have the record. In this record, we have the standard field is closed, not equals to or equals to false. Equals to false means it is the open opportunity. It is the open opportunity. If it is closed equals to false, nothing but it is an open opportunity. So we can take the here also the condition, but in might be in future we have the another condition anything. That's why we have to take the here the decision with the same flow we can use it. We can use it by the same flow for the different decisions. So that's why here we are taking to the decision. So now after decision, it is entered to the this decision block. So now we are going to create a task. So here search with to create a record. So here create a task. So now here we have to select by the use separate resources val and literal values. So now come to the here we are going to select by the task object. So now here we have to map the fields as for the requirement. We have to assign to is the opportunity owner. So first I am going to take the assign to. Here we have the opportunity owner ID. And next field is the here status equals to the in progress. And subject is the follow-up plus opportunity name, right? So that's why here I'm going to take the subject. Here we have to take the one new resource, concatenate the follow-up and our opportunity name. So that's why here I'm taking the one formula field. So for the subject, here data type is the text. So here opportunity, before that we have to write the follow-up plus it is an string, right? We can give to the single quotes. So here opportunity name. So here check syntax. It is the validating successfully. Follow plus record name. Which record is triggering that record name, that opportunity name. That means. So click on done. And come to the next. Due date. Due date is the opportunity created date plus 1 day we need to include. So again, here we are coming to the activity due date. And here I'm going to take the another resource for the calculation of the due date. So come to the here. Again, we have to choose the formula. So formula D due date. calculation. So here we are selecting to the date data type. Why? Because means we are calculating the date. So here we need to check it by the opportunity creation time. So here opportunity created date plus 1 day. We need to add by the plus 1 day for the due date. So check syntax. Here when the opportunity is created, that day it is captured, and plus 1 day we are added for the due date purpose. So here click on done, and coming to the final one, related to. Final field is the related to. So here related to equals to opportunity record owner. Okay. Opportunity. Sorry, opportunity ID. It is the what ID, right? Opportunity ID here. So let's save this up to opportunity with task creation. So save. So before activating, we have to do the debugging. So click on this. We have to check by the any one of the opportunity here. So just run. See here, decision it is coming. It is satisfied to the, it is the not a closed read, it's false. So come to the here. I think so. We have selected the closed opportunity. So that's why here we have to back to the opportunity object. We have to look onto that, which is the open one. So actually we have selected, actually it is the closed one, that is the here. So I'm going to select by the opportunity, something new thing. These are all my existing records of opportunity process builder account. Just we have to check it for this and debug again. So, so this is the some testing record. So click on run test. See here now this is the satisfied and it is coming to the our opportunity is the open. This is the our decision, and we have the created the new task with the respect of the values. Okay, activity date for the here opportunity just to we are testing, right? That's why here showing the these values, the day purpose. Okay, and status is the in progress, subject is the here, what it, these are all the mapped successfully. Okay, now let's take the new record creation. We have to activated the flow first, and coming to the opportunity object, I am creating the new opportunity. See here, opportunity with task creation. So something amount is not a mandatory, just to close the date I am giving to the here, and stage name something here I am giving to the here. So when we are going to click on to the save, immediately created the task. Okay, so now here once we click on to the save, so something trigger is there in this. We have to deactivate the triggers on the opportunity. So I think so we have to give the some amount field only. I will let's give the amount field. So task mm, creation. So let's assume something amount I am giving parent. So something. So that is an existing trigger is working to me. So ignore that. Just I am giving to the. So now as for the stage is not closed. So now I'm going to save. See here successfully opportunities created immediately created by the one task. So follow up task creation, just we are giving our opportunity name task creation. So follow up task creation and due date is the tomorrow. So once you click onto the here, we have to check the one by one field. So subject is the follow up task creation, status is the in progress we are given, and due date is the created date plus 1 day. 26th to 12th today it is created the and due date is the another day. So plus one we are giving, right? So 27th this is and related to the this opportunity. So this is the scenario one. We have the build the flow for the while creation of the opportunity immediately created by the new task. And come to the second scenario. So upon task completion, if the next follow-up status is marked as a true and the next follow-up days is the not null, a new task should be generated immediately for the opportunity. So before start this scenario, we have the new fields in the task object. First, we have to create by these two new fields in the task object. So come to the setup and here object manager. Usually we are going to create the fields in the activity object, right? Instead of the task object, we are going to create the activity object. We can able to create the custom fields. So click on to the fields and relationship, click on new. So here checkbox. So next follow up. So click on next. So click on next. Just I'm giving in the task layout only. So save and new. Another field we have to create next to follow up days. So that is the number data type. So here I'm selecting the number. Next to follow up days. So 2 is the enough for the here length. So here click on next. Click on next. So here also I'm selecting the only for the task layout. So save. Now come to the task object. In the layout, we can align to the fields task, layout, page layout. So our newly created two fields, this is the here. Okay, under the this one, I am taking to the after status. Here we are taking to the here, these two fields. Now save. And now we have done the creation of the fields. Now we are going to create the validation rule for this requirement. So come to the validation rules, click on new. So as for the requirement, next follow up days is not blank. So next follow up days not blank or not null. Why? Because it is number data, right? Not null. So here when we have the not null, when it is the checkbox is true, it must be the enter to the next to follow up days. So that's why here I'm going to check it the if block. We have the condition, right? If conditions. So in the logical test, first we have to check it. Checkbox. Our checkbox name is the here. Next follow up days equals to true. Then here and if it is true or no need for the if condition also, you can directly take also simply to. So here next follow up days equals to true and is blank or is null. Is null is the number data type we are checking, right? Is null of the our next to follow up days. See here. Next to follow up date is true and is null of the next to follow up days. We need to throw an error. Here we are going to check it by the syntax. No errors found. Please enter or complete this field by the standard error message. Complete this field. So here we have to the complete to the this field and come to the respective field, right? So here I'm going to display the next field. Okay, so next follow up days. So save. So now our validation rule implementation also be the done. Now move on to the flow. So when the task is completed, immediately we need to create the another task for the same opportunity with respect of these fields. Now back to the our flow builder. Now action is performed on the task object. So that's why here now we are going to create the another flow in the task. So click on the new flow. Again, here we are selecting the record trigger flow. So here now we have to select by the task. So task is the updation time only. Here I am selecting the task updation time. So here we have to select by the decision of the task. Why means it is the completed and checkbox is the checked or not, right? So and we have to check it by the conditions. So just I'm refreshing this record here updated our newly created fields. See here. Okay, task follow up and this one. So we have to check it status is the completed. Next to follow up is the checked or not. So based on that only we can create the another new task. So now here come to the decision again. Task completed. So here we have to the if task is completed, we have to do the next process. Task completed. So now here we have to check the first task status. So task status equals to, we have the completed, and one more condition is the if the required next follow up is checked. So task next follow up equals to true when it is the true only. Okay. So now click on done. So once the task is completed, we need to create by the immediately another task. Okay, so that's why here we have to click on to the here, create a record. So here create a new task. So separated the values. So here I'm selecting to the task object. So first is the here, we have to check it by the one by one. So assign to. So assign to. Here is the current task. Assign to. And next is the here status in progress. In progress. And come to the next. Subject same as it is for the before the task, previous task. So here subject. So task subject, and next is the here due date. Due date is the actually when the task is completed, the last modified date, and next to follow up days. So here due date. So here we have to take the resource. We need to calculate by the due date. So here come to the formula. Due date or activity date calculation. So now here we have to select by the date, data type. So here task last modified date. Sorry guys, last modified date plus we have the next to follow up days. Next to follow up days. So here we have to select by the task current record. This is next follow up days. So here current date plus might be they are giving the 2 or 3 days of the next, right? Automatically added to the due date is for the next due date time. So I will show you that. So click on done. And finally we have to the related to task related to. So we have done the field mapping. So now hit on to the save. So create new task. So click on save, click on activate. So this is the our task, right? So I'm going to edit this one. Before that, we can share the how many task for this opportunity. So click on here. At present, we have the only one task. So I'm going to click on this, click on edit, completed. Next to follow up. See here, when we are giving the next to follow up, this validation rule will be the trigger if it is the blank. So now I am giving to the 2 or 3 or something. See here, I'm just giving the 2 days. So click on save. So this task is successfully completed. Now back to the opportunity. See here, this task is the completed task. This is, and next is the immediately created by the one more task with the next to 2 days. Okay. Actually, today date is the 26th. We are giving the 2 days, right? So that's why 27th and 28th. 28th is the due date. And here we have the same field mapping. So assigned to the same owner of the record owner, and it is the in progress, and subject same as the previous task, and due date is the here we are given the 2 days, right? That's why here due date is the 28th December and related to the opportunity. So like this, we have the implemented by the flows. Okay, so here we have the two scenarios. Scenario one is the while the opportunity creation time, immediately we need to create by the task. Another scenario is the when the task is completed, immediately we have to close the immediately created by the another task. Okay, so I hope to it's clear understanding how we are going to create the effective flows for the real time. Okay, using the flow builder. Thank you guys.